By participating in the Equity Learning Lab, it's been a chance for me to think more internally about our structures and processes within that program and our structures and processes within the larger institutions that we operate within, and think carefully about how we're advancing equity through those more hidden and often invisible structures and processes and ways of doing things. So it's been just like peeling layers of an onion, opportunities throughout the program to see more clearly ways that we can operationalize equity within how we work. The plan and content coaching and the equity continuum plan that we developed and refined over time, those two things were, I think, the most powerful ingredients of the Equity Learning Lab for us, because it gave us, again, a regular forum and a regular cadence for getting together, for keeping our equity strategies front and center for all of us. Regular dialogue, kind of guided by our Equity Learning Lab coach, but regular dialogue with other stakeholders in my program and in my organization, the chance to really to have a safe space to talk really earnestly about how we operate and how, again, historically marginalized people and communities interface with our work, and thinking about ways of having more equitable approaches to dialogue and decision making, getting beyond the typical hierarchies that we operate in within organizations. I think that's been the most valuable part of the experience for me personally. Another really valuable part of the design of the Equity Learning Lab team was the ability to kind of have peer learning and to hear about the journeys of other institutions that are part of the Equity Learning Lab and the strategies they were considering. We heard a lot from other teams and from our coaches who are working with other teams about the importance of thinking about power sharing generally as a mechanism for bringing more equitable structures and practices. Many of the structures we've been able to put in place through our Equity Learning Lab journey really were designed to address the kind of the power sharing concept, and giving up some of the unproductive power distribution and privileges that were embedded in our institution and how we operate. We have made some pretty substantial changes, both in structure and in operations within our organization, to really embed equity principles into our work. So we created structures to have students share power and directly engage in decision making about directions for the department, including having students serve directly on faculty and staff search committees to directly give them decision making power over who we hire. And who and who will lead the department. We also, based on that student feedback, created a brand new scholarship program that focuses explicitly on supporting students from historically marginalized communities. We're now in the second year of operating that scholarship program. All of those examples were ideas that directly came out of our Equity Learning Lab work. All of these structures ultimately had to be voted on and approved by our full department. We had to think through carefully, as part of our Equity Learning Lab journey, how to implement, how to garner support from a larger cast of stakeholders. These are now embedded in the department's structures and processes.